Buckeye Oil got here by just defeating B&P Electric 14-8. News and Sun, they got into the winners bracket or into the finals by defeating B&P Electric also 15-11 on a grand slam home run by Jeff Ferris in the bottom of the 7th inning. As we continue to get set for the start of this final game, as we'll say, Buckeye Oil, they'll have to win 2 games to win this tournament. And while News and Sun, all they have to do is win 1. We'll go to the starting lineups. News and Sun will be the home team, so we'll go with Buckeye Oil's starting lineup. Leading off is Dave Stump. He'll be in left center field. Keith Smith, he'll be in right center field. Jerry Smith will bat third, and he'll also play third. Scott Thompson is the left fielder. He'll bat fourth. Ron Lloyd is at first base. He'll bat fifth. Von Arthur is in right field. He'll bat sixth. Kevin Sisler, the catcher, he'll bat seventh. Tom Wall is the shortstop. He'll bat eighth. Bob Drow is the second baseman, bat ninth. And Mike McGinnis is the pitcher, and he'll bat 10th. For New Sun, Jim Gruber is in left center field. He'll lead it off. Jim DeLong is in right center field, and he'll bat second. Jim Gray is in left field. He'll bat third. Scott Meyer is the shortstop. He'll bat cleanup. Jeff Ferris, he's at second base, and he'll bat fifth. Bill Swaim is at first base. He'll bat sixth. Rars is at third base. He'll bat seventh. Kenny Green is in right field. He'll bat eighth. Vern Wilder is the catcher. He'll bat ninth. Ray Perry is the pitcher. He'll bat 10th. And the designated hitter is Delvin Harshaw. Teams starting to go to their respective benches. The umpires are Ron Ames and Gary Arthur. We'll run down how these teams got here. Springfield News and Sun, they drew a first-round bye. Then they beat Xander Trucking 10-3. In that game, Lynn Mahar, his 23-game hitting streak came to a close. However, undaunted, the News and Sun continued on to defeat Buckeye Oil 9-7, as we mentioned, and B&P Electric 15-11. Buckeye Oil had a tougher route to go because after beating Kissels and Stonies, they lost to the News and Sun, which put them in the losers bracket. Then they had to come back and beat Jim Foreman's Pontiac, S&H Machine, and finally B&P Electric in their last game about 10 minutes ago, 14-8. You see the News and Sun taking the field, and the pitcher will be Ray Perry. Glad to have you along here from Davie Moore Park, playing on field number 14. And Buckeye Oil will lead off with Dave Stump, Keith Smith, and Jerry Smith. Gary Arthur, he will be the home plate umpire. And Ron Ames, he will be the field umpire. Perry has completed his warm-ups, and Stump steps in. And here's Perry's first pitch. Taken for a strike, and this game is underway. There's the finals of the Class C ASA tournament from Davie Moore Park. Next pitch is inside a ball. It's 1-1. Along, grid up the middle, fielded by Meyer over the Swaim makes that out. Found by Schuyler to shortstop. One out. And that will bring Keith Smith. Here's a line drive into center field, base hit. Cut off by DeLong and back into the infield, and the first hit of the ball game belongs to Keith Smith. And that will bring up Jerry Smith, the third baseman. One thing about slow pitch softball is very fast-paced game. Here's a ground ball to second. Ferris will tag the runner, Keith Smith. However, in attempting to tag the runner, Jerry Smith was able to make it down to first safely. It will be a fielder's choice. And Keith Smith is out 4-run assisted. I believe Ferris didn't think he could get the double play, so he tried to go for the tag and play it first, but Keith Smith did a smart thing by holding up and letting Jerry Smith reach first safely. We'll bring up Scott Donaldson. Donaldson, the left fielder. 2 balls and no strikes. As we say, it's a fast-paced ball game, even though it's slow pitch. There's a strike, 2-1. Perry not wasting any time. Pitch flutters inside, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Scott Donaldson. 1 out in the top of the first. And he walks him. So Jerry Smith will move to second. Donaldson on first with a walk. And this will bring up Ron Lloyd, the first baseman. And he takes the ball as it hit the plate. Here's a fly ball in the right center field, caught by DeLong, and that is the inning. No runs, a hit. They leave 2, and after a half inning, Buckeye Oil nothing, and Springfield News and Sun coming to the plate. Go to the bottom half of the first inning for the News and Sun. It will be Jim Gruber, Jim DeLong, and Jim Gray. And they will be facing Mike McGinnis. First pitch, taking a ball too deep. Ball too deep. There's a strike, 2-1. Swung on, lined up the middle and threw a base hit. McGinnis got a glove on it, but could not hold it in the infield as it trickles on into center field, so Gruber leads off with a base hit for the News and Sun. And we'll bring up Jim DeLong. Buckeye Oil hoping to win this and force a championship game. There's a pitch inside. Swung on, line in the right field, base hit. Nice play to keep it in front of him. Nice play out there in right field by Vaughn Arthur to keep it in front of him, or that ball would have went to the fence. But now the News and Sun with runners on the corners and nobody out here in the first inning. And Jim Gray, the batter. Swung on, fly ball in the deep right center field. Going back is Smith. It's over his head and off the fence. That'll score a run. And a long single for Jim Gray because Jim DeLong held up at first to make sure if the ball would be caught or not. So an RBI single for Jim Gray as Gruber was able to score easily from third. And I think Keith Smith was caught in between on that play. He kind of hesitated, and by the time he started to move back, it was over his head. Here's Scott Meyer. Here's a fly ball in the left. Going back is Donaldson. He'll make the catch, headed for third, and now stopping was DeLong. He'll go back to second. And a strong throw by Scott Donaldson. So there's 1 out. We'll bring up Jeff Ferris, the hero of the game that put them into this championship round with the grand slam home run in the bottom of the 7th. The ball inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Jeff Ferris. McGinnis trying to pitch him in. Here's a fly line drive in the left center field. Base hit. Stump will play at the third. Coming home to score is DeLong. He's in there. 2-0 News and Sun on an RBI single by Jeff Ferris. I don't know if they would have had a shot at DeLong at home or not. It's academic now. And it's 2-0. Here's a line drive, base hit in the right center by Bill Swaim. Coming home to score. No, he is out at the plate. Coming home is Jim Gray, and he is nailed. Did not like the call. And he's out of there. A strong throw by Keith Smith. And there's 2 outs. Swaim went to second on the throw. And going to third was Ferris. Here's Roy Mars, the third baseman. So the News and Sun with a run snuffed out at the plate. And Buckeye Oil with a break. Because they trail 2-0. 3-0 to Mars. Takes a strike. Strike 2 called. So now full count. Mars, a hit would score 2. He hits a fly ball to left field. Donaldson will make the catch, and that's the inning. But News and Sun scores 2 runs on 5 hits. They leave 2, and after 1, it's the News and Sun 2, Buckeye Oil nothing. Top of the second inning for Buckeye Oil, it will be Von Arthur, Kevin Sisler, and Tom Wall. As Arthur takes the ball inside. Another ball. Anyone familiar with our game, our Little League Championship game, knows that Mike Arthur is the commissioner of the Newton Optimist Little League, and that's his son, Von, taking his strike. It's 2 balls and a strike to Von Arthur. Swung on, fly ball left center. Gruber makes the catch, 1 down. It's Ray Perry getting him to pop the ball in the air. This will bring up Kevin Sisler. Fly ball in the right center field, going back and making a catch. Whoa, Jim DeLong, as he and Green came together in right center field. And it was DeLong making a catch behind Green. 2 down. And Tom Wall, the batter. Don't look for this to be too high scoring of a game, as there are 2 fine teams out there. And with good defense, line drive, fair down the left field line. Going over to cut it off is Gray, digging for second is Wall. He'll be in there standing with a double. So a 2-out double by Tom Wall keeps the inning going for Bob Drow. As Wall drilled that ball about 3 feet over the head of Roy Mars down at third base. Here's Drow. Takes a strike. Swung on, grounded up the middle and through a base hit. Coming around and on to score is Wall, and it's 2-1. So Buckeye Oil with 2 outs come up with a run on a double by Wall and a single by Drow. And that will bring up the pitcher, Mike McGinnis. McGinnis takes a strike on the corner. Swings, lines it up the middle. Nice play. And out at second. Fine play by Jeff Ferris. As that ball was hit hard. Made the play on 1 hop and dealt on to Meyer at second for the Forest. And that's the inning. But a scoring inning for Buckeye Oil as they score a run on 2 hits and leave 1. And after an inning and a half, it's News and Sun 2, Buckeye Oil 1. Go to the bottom of the second for the News and Sun. It will be Kenny Green, Vern Wilder, and Ray Perry. McGinnis looks around and deals his first pitch. Swung on, grounded in the hole. Fielded nicely by Wall, but he'll have no play. And that will be a base hit for Kenny Green of the infield variety. Nice play by Wall at shortstop to keep it in his glove, but he had no way of throwing across the diamond to get Green at first. This will be Vern Wilder, the catcher. He takes a strike. Swing, hammers it to third, fielded by Smith, the second for one, back to first, double play. Fine play by Buckeye Oil as Smith dealt to Drow at second for one, and Bobby really turned it over back to Ron Lloyd for the double play. And that is around the horn, folks. 5-4-3, 2 down. And it will bring up Ray Perry. Talked to Ray before the game, says he's been in this for 37 years. He takes a strike. Now swings, hits a fly ball in the center, going back is Stump. He'll make the catch, and that's the inning in a quick 1-2-3 inning, aided by the double play by Buckeye Oil. And News and Sun had a hit that inning, but no one left, and after 2, it's the News and Sun 2, Buckeye Oil 1. Well, we go to the top of the third. For Buckeye Oil, it will be the top of the order. Dave Stump, Keith Smith, and Jerry Smith. Stump led off the game by grounding to short. 0 for 1. And takes the ball outside. Swings, it's a line drive into center field and caught on the run by Jim Gruber. Fine running catch by Gruber, and there's one out. As the ball just hung up there. And that will bring up Keith Smith. He singled. Back in the first inning, was forced at second. And he takes a strike. Perry's next pitch, swung on, line down the right field line, foul ball by about 2 feet. As Keith Smith tried to go the opposite way. In the hole at 0-2. Ooh, just hit the plate.